Are you ready for a super cute card today? Isn't this adorable? We're going to learn how to make it. And don't forget to do the inside and your envelope. Hi ladies, I'm going to apologize to begin with. My dog is in the background and she just keeps barking at everything she hears outside, so I apologize for that. But I needed to get this done, so I'm working on it while the kids are outside. I'm going to make my next 10-minute creation. This is a really cute card. For the card, I'm using the Touches of Texture set, specifically that stamp set, and that's a 2-piece set. I'm going to use the Flourish Thinlits, and I'm going to use that shape. I'm going to use the Butterfly Basics, and I'm using the Sentiment, Sending Wishes Your Way, out of that. I have a red, real red, and an old olive marker. The Memento black stamp pad. I have a strip of old olive cardstock, and it is actually 3/4 of an inch by 3 5/8 of an inch. I have a piece of Very Vanilla, and it is 4.5 by 3. Piece of real red. This is just a scrap, and I just made it wide enough and long enough to cut this out of. And then I have my card base, which is Crumb Cake, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my card. Use my bone folder, get a good crisp fold on it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper because I'm going to do some stamping, and it's going to go longer than I want. So I'm going to stamp. First thing I'm going to do, okay, there's a spot in the center that's missed. Okay, I'm going to stamp my flower spray off to the side just like so. Okay. And I forgot my real red pad. Let me grab that real quick because I want that to stamp my sentiment. Okay, I've got my real red pad. I'm going to ink up my sentiment. I'm going to stamp it here just to make sure I've got it inked up good. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment. All right, and let me stick that in my thing so I can help with the ink. All right, I'm going to really quickly color in. This is the longest part of this card, is the coloring. If you know you're going to do it ahead of time, you can stamp your image and color it and have them ready to go. All right, there's my green. Now I'm going to do my red, and I'm going to do it with a really light hand. Kind of went out there, messed that up. All right. I have a tendency to color all the ones going in the same direction, then flip it around and color the others. I just find it easier for me. Some people just color one and then flip it each time. Some people don't flip at all. I like to flip. I think I get my edges better. So if you're not doing too well with your coloring, try that. Okay, that is done. Let me cut my framelit and I'll be back. Okay, I put a piece of tear and tape along the bottom of my card. I have my thing that I've cut out, and I'm going to line it up on here. Oops, I got to move down a little. I'm centering it top to bottom, and I'm using the cutout to kind of, so that I have it a little bit over. Now with this, I want to flag the ends, and we have the triple banner punch, but you really have to get it lined up in there right. So I found if I take a piece, a square punch, and then the key is getting the angle just right. So you want this point here pointing to the center, and you want to punch. Not bad. Oh, it's really off, but you get the idea. Usually I use my handy dandy little there we go. I get it enough that sometimes if I can go in and, like with this, I can go in and trim it down a little bit more, but I get the general idea. You can also cut up the center. Trying to get that piece out. All right, and I'm going to cut this. That looks better. Okay, I'm going to attach this to the side with my glue. Hint for you ladies, don't set your glue up like that. Leave it on its side. Your glue is always ready to use. And then I need to kind of figure out where I want this. So it's going to be here. Stick that down. I'm going to use some dimensionals on the back, and I'm using some that I got from our paper pumpkin that I've split in half. These are a little bit taller than our regular ones. I love our regular ones. Okay, I'm going to cut this here so I have less to deal with. So I can cut these in half. And I have to tell you, I talk a lot when I'm doing this, when I'm here by myself and just crafting. I talk to myself then too, just how I am. Okay, still good. My battery's low. I'm trying to get this done fast. Of course, naturally, these aren't coming off as fast as they should. I just filed my nails and painted them, so that makes a difference too. Okay, and this goes on like so. And because I just feel it needs a little bling, I'm going to pull out my rhinestones and using the tiny ones, I'm going to put it in the larger flowers. The others I'm not going to do anything for. It'll be fine. That one I might try. I'll see what it looks like. Yeah, I can get it. There we go. There it is, completed. This is a great one. I hope I've inspired you to try and recreate your 10-minute video or card.